Hello, everybody. Welcome to Season 2, Episode 10, the finale of Season 2. Now, I'm going to talk about a few subjects. I'm not going to just go into one subject as before. First, I'm going to explain the reason for only keeping Season 2 10 episodes, and why I just want to go on with it. So, first off, thanks for 144 subscribers, and I'm glad you all enjoy watching the content. Now, let me do some explaining to do. So, as you know, Season 2 has been going on since 2019. It's been a very long time, and I feel like things were, I had barely ideas. I just couldn't get my mind around it. And now, also, the fact that I didn't edit any recordings like I do now, plus I got a 64 gigabyte phone. Well, I have my iPad, but I still was kind of looking around at the controls and gestures, because they're all, it's a big thing, and also trying to record off a bit. Now, there was a lot of things that I didn't know I wanted to discuss. First off, because I didn't, kind of think about it. It took me a long time to try to come up with things. It was bad enough that the first episode was live, because I just didn't know what else. I just wanted to go live. I did have a video where I was showing Siri shortcuts, which was the very beginning of the episode, but unfortunately, the video was blocked because the copyright owner of the song Rickroll, or also known as Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up, was played, and it said it was the remix, but I never saw a remix of it. It was just something I did for a series shortcut, and then it was being played on my iPad, so that was screwed. So then I had to, remove that, because nobody's gonna be able to watch it if it's blocked worldwide. So, that's all messed up. So, now that was the problem, we had to remove it, because I wouldn't be able to work. So I did a lot of talking. I went live one time, I think it was March or something, February or March. I did the first episode live, and, I just talked about anything and everything, whatever. I felt like talking when I was just live, because like I'm doing now. So I did that. And then slower and slower it came. I just did more stuff. I talked about the problems with YouTube and Google, search shortcuts a few times. Everything, I don't know. But I did a lot of talking about not too much stuff, because this season was cut off a little bit short. But I can tell you that Season 3 will be better in production, and the quality will be, I think, the way it's been going out, and I think it will be better than before. So I just thought I'll just kill off this long, ways, and we'll just start off like this. So, I'll be doing that. So I just wanted to give you a heads up on that. And I'm sure many of you guys thought the same thing too, because it just kept on going. I had no idea what I would do with it. And I think I discussed about iOS 13 too, maybe. I had to see. Anyway. So, now, anything else I want to discuss? It's been a year since I joined TikTok. I joined February 2nd, 2020. So I joined TikTok, and I've been doing those videos, watching videos on the For You page, and, it's been interesting from the past year, especially the quarantine videos, being made. Those were the best, huh? And the parody musics of COVID, it was all fun. The COVID parodies. There are a lot of interesting YouTube COVID parodies, too, which are fun to watch. So, I tried to do different videos, recently, it was Friday, I converted the song, the song It's Corona Time, which was before COVID got really bad. It was a trend, or the sound was trending. So what I did was I converted that to a MIDI format, which is like a piano, but you can sort of hear what it's saying, but it's in a piano so it's like an illusion, just something interesting. So, I converted that, and it sounds like MIDI formats, which is cool. And I was planning on doing more MIDIs, and I also uploaded recently. For those of you who have been on TikTok for a while, you've seen this trend where you would hear this song.
Oops, my heart went.
And then after you heard that, something else would go through. Like there was one that said, "Oops, my heart went. Anybody got time for that?" And there was a lot of ones. There was also one, so what the key is after that, they would add like something else to it. And I'm sure y'all have seen that trend. It was actually based off an old song, but I don't know how the trend started anyway. I'll have to see the first video of that. So what I would do is I had like some memes and sound effects. So I would make my own, and then I put it on, I used Voice Plus, which can take audio to video. And, you can also record your voice, but I, imported that into Voice Plus and then put it through there. Voice Changer Plus, so I did that. Let's do some other talk. I watched the, Super Bowl recently, and I saw, watching Tampa beat Kansas, which was actually a good game, but I didn't actually know who would win that. Of course, Tom Brady is the champion, but I mean, it's good for the whole thing. They, partied hard. They had a parade Wednesday. Tom Brady's 7th win, so that was pretty cool. Just, see that for them, and also the halftime show with The Weeknd playing, and the Vince Lombardi Trophy I watched at the very end, so it was kind of cool. Lombardi Trophy. Yeah, so a lot of things, and also I'd watch it on Sirius XM or listen to it on XM. I think it was on 104. Well, it was on a lot of channels, but I think I was on channel 104 or something. But they have multiple channels with the Super Bowl on. So, yeah, interesting. But for Kansas, they just couldn't get it done. They tried, they scored field goals, but they just couldn't get it done. If only the people would just score more. But for whatever reason, and I'm sure many people were thinking the same thing too, but they didn't. So, but it was still really good to watch. So, and then the next day, I was listening to Howard Stern's reaction about the Super Bowl, which was a cool show. He talks about the Weeknd and the guy Alan Roach, who has a really deep voice. By the way, he has a really good voice. Is really good. And now, ladies and gentlemen, all that. So anyway, and they were talking about the commercials and how Ralph wasn't allowed to be in his house because he's just shady behavior and all that stuff, and then all more talks, So just a lot of. It was mainly about the Super Bowl. Nothing really, So I figured Howard would have something to say about that because he does a lot of talk about that every year, just about on the show. So it was I thought I would look and see what he had to say on his 3-hour show. I thought, well, I'll watch that show. Now I uploaded some more glitch sounds to Freesound. I I use freesound.org to upload sounds and other stuff on freesound, and so I did some data bending, some more of that, and uploaded to freesound, and also more shortwave too. So just a lot of uploading and all this stuff here. And also, another bad thing, I noticed that Periscope live streaming is shutting down. Yeah, Periscope is shutting down. So, I saw this thing last year, a new update to Periscope, which, by the way, is owned by Twitter, announced that they were going to start pulling the plug on Periscope. And I thought, well, I mean, I don't know if it's because they didn't like their maintenance, or they had some issues. I still don't know the whole story. But I don't know why you, if you wanted to, just have somebody else buy it, if you're not satisfied with it. Now, I could see if it wasn't a success, like, if some services or products weren't a success, then it's probably best to kill it, Google Plus was, well, in its early stages, everybody didn't really like so far, but I think they got used to it. Although that died 2 years ago, which sucked because I still, I joined it 2 years later when I joined YouTube, because I started with Google and I joined it, so I did all that. So, it kind of sucked that, I joined something and then it goes bad. Why? I joined something and then something goes bad. Now, for Periscope, I joined Periscope live streaming during the summer, when, I found this app, and then it was like a live streaming thing, like, from Twitter. And you could also link your Twitter account to it, if you wanted. So, I started going live and watching live streams, too. But I also do YouTube, but I wanted to see how good Periscope was. Because Periscope is all about live. There are archives, but it's all about live video. So I thought it might be cool, watch live videos. Just like YouTube, but more of live than archives. You can watch archives, but there's a lot of things to look for that are live. Sports, news, or just any creator on there that wants to do live on there. So I joined, I don't know, July, maybe June, July. And I joined there, and I, made live streams of everything I wanted. And, so I saw this update last year, and it said they're proud of what Periscope has become with all these 5 years. And then so, from the beginning, they're starting to phase Periscope. And you'll see this thing when you launch the app too, starting March 31st, 2021, will be when Periscope no longer works and everything's shutting down. Which means you would need to move to Twitter to do all this stuff. So, Twitter, let me ask you this. Why would you make something that you would shut down later on? Because if you can go live on Twitter, it just don't make any sense. If you want to keep something like that, you could have just had somebody buy it, and if you didn't want somebody to, I don't know. Like, was Twitter able to go live anyway before Periscope? I don't know, but still. Like, I don't see why they had to shut the thing down, and everything's, so they shut it down almost in a month, which is crazy. And I thought it was, crazy. Because, I just joined something. I hate when I join something, by the way. And then, only then when I join, something bad comes out of it. Either something shuts down, gets removed. Let me tell you this story. I joined TikTok too, like I told you. And in the summer, there were plans of Trump banning it, which never happened, luckily. And when I joined it, I didn't, I don't know what would happen then, but jeez, people, stop changing and ruining things when I join and do something. I'm doing stuff, I join, then all of a sudden something goes wrong, and then I'm like, what? So then, I'm thinking about why they do that. And it's crazy, so whatever. I don't know, it's just people. But I couldn't believe that they were shutting down, and it didn't even last that long. Google Plus still lasted for quite a while, 2011 to 2012. And then with Google Plus, you had to sign into YouTube with Google Plus, which everybody hated. But it was still something good to use for using communities and posting things. By the way, in 2 months, Google Plus will be shut down since 3 years, because it shut down in 2018. So, yeah. It would be 3 years, because shut down in 2019, and now it's only for G Suite and businesses. So now only businesses and, organizations can use Google Plus. Why? Just let us all use Google Plus forever. Or at least I should see if archive.org has an archive of Google Plus. They got everything, but but I could, so Periscope will be the next thing to shut down. So many things are shutting down, it's not funny anymore. And it's becoming a thing. But Google Plus, I've joined many communities. I've posted on my own profile, but I've joined communities. The Canadian Scouts official community for the Go Animators, and I would chat with those who I watch. The Apple community. I found a few YouTube communities on Google Plus, which I thought would be really good for putting my channel out there on Google Plus and telling people about it. But also I would get emails from Google Plus and Google when I would do that. And because one of the communities had at least 1,000 people, I would get emails left and right, people posting videos to that community. It became the point where I had to stop them from sending emails from that community and let everybody else send me emails, because so many people were posting on that community because there's so many people. So I thought I'll just look on there instead of them sending me an email from that community. And then I also joined the community for Monster Cat, which has been a good record label for electronic and dance music, which has been out forever about. And so, I kind of look at communities and join communities, and also look at different posts. I would search for a topic, and I'd find a post about it. Now, I posted a lot of things on Google Plus. I might as well just start telling stories about Google Plus. I joined, when I posted things about my YouTube, I posted download links on cloud storage services. I posted a lot of things on Google Plus. So, it was just something I did. And, I thought it was a good source of getting subscribers on YouTube. So I did that, and, I kept on getting more and more people. I still get more. I got 144, which is good, because I think I have my YouTube channel linked to my TikTok account. So they can, if they like me, they can click on the little thing and be taken to my channel if they want to see me through there, if they want. So, so they probably look through me, and then they go through my channel and subscribe, which I thought that's perfect. And so I put that up there. I've had it up there since the summer or something, when I found out that you could add a link your other social media to it. And that's when I did that, so I put that through the thing, and so then whoever wanted to see me through YouTube can go and do that. So, anyway, back on my Google Plus. Now, I also talk to people on there, talked about going mate, and then also a lot about, people with the Apple community. I posted, my, video to Google Plus when I made in Thanksgiving about iTunes Radio, which is now Apple Music, because I made a video about that in, 2018, but when I found the Apple community at the end of the year, I thought I would post a link to that video. And I comment with this one guy talking about it. And now I use Apple Music, so it's kind of like it, which is kind of nice, actually. So that's just how it's been on there since I used it. And I also posted photos because I can add attachments to it, which is good. And I could also post Blogger stuff on Google Plus too. But when Google Plus started to shut down, it removed the Blogger API. Well, before it shut down, Google removed the Blogger API. And then, I think I saw, when I first noticed about the shutdown, I looked at something about 3 years ago about the fall, and rumors saying about Google Plus shutting down, and I thought, well, why? Google Plus, of course, its first few days has had its days, not the best days, but it's had good times and bad, but, so they shut this down. They say, at first, it was supposed to shut down in the summer. They thought, we'll give it till about June, then it'll shut down. Well, maybe it was a rumor. Then, it was officially said that it would be shutting down in April 2nd. So then I thought, well, that's not good. So at least I had a lot of time to archive stuff that I posted, but still, I couldn't believe that all the stuff shut down. And, when I noticed that it shut down, I looked at some of the Q&A answers on Google on its support page. And I noticed that it was on there, and it was like, they talk about how less people have used it since then. And they give this percentage of what they think they saw. Which I don't see how, because I mostly likely find posts every day on my feed. I'm not on there every day, but almost all the time there's posts on the feed. So, I noticed that people still used it to upload news or whatever the heck they do. And so, I thought, well, this has got to be insane. Are they just making up these numbers and then just quitting things, and then they just don't think about it first? And I think that's all they do is do that. So, bro, I hated that. I thought, I'm not going to be able to post anything, and, I'm not even going to be able to post nothing, because they, started shutting it all down, and now it's nothing. And, this is a bad thing, and I thought, this could be crazy, because they can't, do it. But I sure hope there's a look on archive.org of what it was like, because I could see what it was like, because it had some pretty good, things of it, and I thought, well, this is really good. So, and then later on it shut down, and I thought, oh, no. I saved HTML to look at see what it looked at in its last days. Now, in the HTML file, it was just the home page. It would show my feed, and what was on there. It wasn't the whole site, but it was terrible. So, since that thing has been, wiped out of existence, well, for the consumer side, it's all about business and organizations. A lot of people just want to give things to the workers and organizations. It's like it's becoming a thing. But 2019 was also not such a good thing for the internet. Outages occurred, things shut down. It was not something that was good for, the internet and tech in general. The first thing of the year in 2019, we had Nintendo Wii Shop. The Wii Shop. Something we've been playing since the Nintendo Wii was a thing. Like, downloading games digitally, it's something that, I thought, I'm sure many people thought it wouldn't happen. But, they said, Nintendo was saying that they would, pull the plug on it on was it the 30th? Or something of January. Hell, I don't know. So, they pulled the plug on it. So, and they said that they could start, re-downloading things, or make sure they have their stuff downloaded, or they can, I think what they meant, they could use their coins before it starts going out, and maybe later on they could re-download something that they, don't have before everything just goes out and nothing's there. So the Wii Shop was something that was a shutdown, and I'm sure there's a lot of things too that shut down. Going to Made for Schools, which was another site from Beyond that, or Going to Made is the same company, that they shut down because of Flash, which I'll get to Flash soon. So yeah, not a good thing for the web page world. Products and services just left and right being pulled. And it's not looking good this year. We had Adobe Flash was killed. Which was expected because of, Flash, and it's old and unsecure. And it was expected that it would do something like that. So, and I thought it would probably do something like shut down like that. And on January 12th, they would start blocking contact. They would stop blocking stuff from the internet. So if you use a Flash-based site, then it wouldn't work. So I hope they gave guys some opportunity to switch from that. And now Periscope is fit to shut down soon. So it's not looking good for the internet still. In the web page universe. So, yeah. The dark ages of the internet with things shutting down is becoming a thing now. And, things becoming unsupported, sooner or later. And, yeah. Of course, it's still become a thing in the past, but it's still getting worse than before. So you might as well use whatever you got and continue using it. So just something to think about, because that's what they did. And I'm sure the old eShop for the DS was shut down too. because that was something that we're going to shut down. So hopefully that won't be too much after this. Because we don't need a heck ton more shutdowns from all these companies, you know. Yeah, let's just hope that... Oh, yeah, shut up. Let's just hope that we don't have too many of these, because we don't need all these shutdowns. Now, I've been tuning on shortwave just to see what I can find, too. So, let me say, I hope you would enjoy this video. And if you do, please subscribe, like, share this. Helpful. And I will see you guys in the next season of the show, which hopefully will go faster and better